So we'll call this meeting to order. Roll call up first to the Council at Large Cummins.
Here.
At Large Postian.
Here.
Council Ward number 1 Hembry.
Here.
Ward number 2 Helm.
Here.
And Ward number 3 McNeil.
Here.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There are no additions to the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
Was it Hembry? Posture with the first and Cummins with the second.
McNeil?
Yes.
Helm?
Yes.
Postian?
Yes.
Hembry?
Yes.
Cummins?
Yes.
All right, so it takes us down to communications, and this is the part where anybody can address the council with anything that they need or anything they want to say. We don't have anybody online.
Dale Jellica, I want to speak about 3 different things. First thing, I want to thank I'm on the committee that Chamber just had the kickoff to summer last weekend. I'd like to thank the city and Steve Nash's department for your support in that. Also, you've noticed the library is finished and that looks very nice, and thank you for your support on that. And, supporting the 4th of July road race. Thank you.
Thank you much. All right, seeing as there is no one else for that portion, we'll close that part of the meeting and move on to the consent agenda. And these are all things that can be enacted with one motion unless one needs to be pulled out. And it's the approval of the council meeting minutes from June 5th, approval of the investment treasurer's report of May of 23, approval of the library minutes of April 17th, approval of the library director's report from April of 23, approval of the cemetery minutes from June 6th, approval of the liquor license renewal for Family Foods, approval of the No One Fights Alone road race on the 4th of July, approval of a mayoral appointment of Jacob McFadden to the library board, another approved mayor appointment of Laura Woods to the library board, an approval of a pay application number 3 that's replacing Highway 38 South to Iowa 130 that to Triple B in the amount of $175,399.52. Approval of a Tipton tip request from Austin Milligan at 605 East 7th Street. Approval of a trip request from Dean Chalice at 57 Spruce Street. Approval of a drip reimbursement to Penny Pratt at 114 East 4th Street in the amount of $7,500. Approval of tobacco license renewals that'll be effective July 1st of 23 for Tiger Mart, Dollar General, Walmart, Family Foods, and Casey's. Approval of the township contract for EMS and fire services for Fairfield Township. And the approval of the claims register, which includes claims paid under the current purchase policy. Do any of these need to be pulled out? Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Postian with the first and Cummins with the second.
Helm?
Yes.
Postian?
Yes.
Hembry?
Yes.
Cummins?
Yes.
McNeil?
Yes.
All right, so that moves us down to city business. The first one tonight is a resolution that would set a public hearing on a proposed rezoning of 113 Lemon Street, and it is more formally described in your packet. But Ms. Armstrong?
This is a resolution requesting a public hearing to be set on the 17th, July 17th council meeting. Planning and zoning has gone through the process and they are recommending this rezoning. So the next action is for the council to set the public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
Cummins with first and Helm with second.
Postian?
Yes.
Hembry?
Yes.
Cummins?
Yes.
McNeil?
Yes.
Helm?
Yes.
All right, the second one is a resolution that would set the compensation for appointed city officers and employees for the fiscal year 23-24.
This is an annual audit requirement that the city does every year, listing out the wages. These were set and approved in the fiscal year 23-24 budget, so they are in alignment with that.
Motion.
Cummins with the first, and Helm with the second.
Hembry,
No.
Cummins,
Yes.
McNeil,
No.
Helm,
Yes.
Posturing,
Yes.
All right, the third one is a resolution that would approve the application for an urban revitalization tax exemption filed by KMAC Properties LLC.
This is just a,
Oh, yeah, this is the pass-through that then goes on to the county for them to determine the tax liability and tax increases.
Motion.
Posturing with the first and McNeil with the second.
Cummins,
Yes.
McNeil,
Yes.
Helm,
Yes.
Posturing,
Yes.
Hembry,
Yes.
Number 4, this is a resolution that would authorize the transfer of funds.
this is requesting a transfer to cover the first principal payment for the bond series that we have just approved for the Highway 38 project.
Motion. Second.
McNeil with the first and Posturing with the second.
McNeil,
Yes.
Helm,
Yes.
Posturing,
Yes.
Hembry,
Yes.
Cummins,
Yes.
All right, number 5, it's discussion and possible action concerning the purchase of new tires for the aerial ladder fire truck. Pretty self-explanatory. McNeil with the first
Second.
and Cummins with the second.
Helm,
Yes.
Posturing,
Yes.
Hembry,
Yes.
Cummins,
Yes.
McNeil,
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right, there were 2 bids.
There were two.
Probably need to know which one you want to go with.
What's that?
There were 2 bids on it, sorry.
Oh. Cheaper.
The tires, yeah.
One recommended.
That's right.
Tires are super expensive.
Yeah.
The cheaper one was $71.34 from
It's
Eastern Iowa
Eastern.
Tire.
Yep. Eastern Iowa.
So would you like to amend your motion to approve the purchase from Eastern Iowa Tire?
Yeah.
So the motion was amended to state that it was with Eastern Iowa Tire. And Posturing still a second?
Yes.
All right, now go.
oh, I thought,
Oh, well, yes, no.
so McNeil and Cummins,
Yeah.
or Posturing. Helm,
Yes.
Posturing,
Yes.
Hembry,
Yes.
Cummins,
Yes.
McNeil,
All right, number 6, discussion of possible action concerning allowing food trucks to park in a designated area that's on the green space on East 4th Street. And then there's also a quote for a concrete pad. Linda's here if you have any questions for her on it's food truck pad, but, because we've already got a truck lined up, don't we? Possibly?
We have trucks that want to come. The problem is parking on the street,
You mean the truck parking on the street?
finding a place
Yes.
for
For
the
them
truck
to
to park on
yeah.
the street.
I'm in favor of having used up there.
We've got 2 different sizes of parking pads too,
Yeah.
Or gravel.
or gravel.
Right.
No gravel.
No.
Because, yeah, there's the 20 by 40 and 20 by 30 pads. Sorry, Linda, did you say something?
And it's 5 inches thick. I called and talked to Welby, because that wasn't on there.
I think the only thought, and maybe I'm wrong, but with the gravel is then you would have the option to remove gravel and put something else there, as discussed in the
Right,
past with doing something different with the green space.
right,
Then you would still have that
in the
option.
future, without having to rip something out.
So that's the only dilemma there. Because I don't know if we're discussing if we want to do any sort of, awnings, pergola. I think mention of tables.
And there's also a $1,600 difference between the 2 of them. Between the larger
Between
and
the-
smaller. Yeah. The 20 by 40 is $6,400 and the 20 by 30 is
By the pad,
$4,800.
between the pads.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Excuse me.
the truck will pull in from the, back in from the alley, so like their back end will be towards the main street, correct?
And then the
facing
window
out?
would be sidewalk, facing the
Facing the
sidewalk.
sidewalk.
Yeah, to the south.
Well, I'm thinking anything you put in there, that concrete could be utilized anyway, no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, if we put it in there, it'll be there for whatever project goes down the line anyway. So, I'm in favor of 20 by 30 myself.
And I think when Welby and I were there, I had him then go back towards the alley, so you wouldn't be hitting mud, whether it be gravel or concrete, because I was concerned that if you have a space in there and between the alley and concrete or gravel, whatever is decided, you don't want that to get muddy.
Right, and then you're
And
gonna,
so I said, let's go back to the alley.
So it'll be back as far as it can, so you won't.
Yeah.
if
so
you do
there's-
the smaller pad, you're potentially creating an issue still with bad weather days being able to pull up in there
Yeah, and
without destroying
they
that.
have to get permission anyway to be there.
True.
I personally, I mean, you got them there, do the bigger pad.
I think so too.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Trailer's gonna be 8 foot wide, you're gonna want space, I mean, that close to the building, so then you're taking 10 foot for the customer, I mean, then you put picnic tables in there, you're just congested. So if we're gonna spend the money, I say I make a motion for the 20 by 40.
I'll
So
say,
20 by 40,
Yep, Posture with the first and Helm with the second for the 20 by 40 concrete pad.
Posturing,
Yes.
Hembry,
yes.
Cummins,
Yes.
McNeil,
Yes.
Helm.
Yes.
All right, and that takes us down to the reports. I do have a little something. What? Oh, wait, sorry. Sorry, I jumped ahead. I had a report, so I was so excited. Discussion and possible action to move those July meetings from to July 10th and 17th. So it'll be 2 right in a row.
Yes. Motion.
Cummins with the first and Posture with the second.
Hembry,
Yes.
Cummins,
Yes.
McNeil,
Yes.
Helm,
Yes.
Posturing.
Yes.
All right.
You need to know for my words.
So now down to the mayor's report. So Steve is in here. He went to a meeting with myself and Brian, and we met with Lauren and Jason Wester at the school about their stadium project. What? Yeah, I pointed
I
out.
thought you said he wasn't.
No, he went to it. And they uncovered, during their stadium project, Ron knows all this too, they uncovered a manhole that had been buried for Lord knows how many decades in front of the visitors sideline.
Better than man.
Yeah. So
It's just the man.
it adds a lot of money to their project. And that meeting that we went to was to try and brainstorm ideas of how to help them out. So there was a lot of them. Brian will probably have more about that, but if it comes to the council needing to do anything with that manhole, we'd probably have to have a quick special meeting before. There's a sewer line that comes down from that visitor side restroom, and then it shoots out.
But actually, it's a main that comes all the way from Cedar Manor and goes all the way past the car wash. It's been there for years. And where it's at is right exactly where their proposed retaining wall was supposed to go.
Exactly there.
It's either build it into the wall or slide the wall back. Sliding the wall back means more excavation, more materials, wider concrete, and all this. It's a big change order.
So we're still, Steve, Brian, and Lauren are still trying to brainstorm some stuff, but I just thought I'd throw that out there so you guys have a little bit of some knowledge about it. Council reports, committee reports, city manager. All right, department heads.
I just have one thing.
Yes.
Probably don't even know what's up there. So I just want to remind the council, mayor, city manager that on the 4th of July, the parade, if you are available, be behind Meridian Street around 10:30, and then I'll have candy and whatnot, but if you want to ride in the parade, that would be great. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. That takes us down to adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Foster with the first
Second.
and Helm with the second.
Cummins?
Yes.
McNeil?
Yes.
Helm?
Yes.
Posturing?
Yes.
Emery?
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
No, Mike,